Good evening. So last week we started our introduction to the book of Revelation and started in Revelation chapter 1. We'll be continuing in our study in Revelation chapter 1 this evening. But before we do that, we will do the Israel and current events update and our ministry update. First with Israel and current events, we've now actually seen the Memorandum of Understanding, the MOU, and it's bad. Bad as we thought. Yeah, it's bad. And so we went over the good, the bad, and the ugly last week, and the MOU is ugly. Iran was for the first time since the first Trump administration put the sanctions back on Iran. The sanctions have been lifted. Iran had to do nothing. They just immediately lifted the sanctions. Here you go. Required no actions on Iran's part, no commitments on Iran's part. They just lifted the sanctions and are letting Iran start selling oil. So Iran's now making billions of dollars selling oil. They haven't been able to do that since Trump and his first administration put the sanctions on. Even the Biden administration kept the sanctions on Iran. Throughout the 4 years of the Biden administration, even they kept these sanctions on Iran. But as part of this memorandum of understanding, they have lifted those sanctions immediately, and Iran is now selling their oil. Trump just wants to drop the price of oil. That's what he's wanting to do. And by letting Iran sell their oil, and 90% of it they sell to China, it's flooding the market now with all this oil. There's now more oil traffic through the Straits of Hormuz than there was before the war, because you got Iran's oil now going through the Straits of Hormuz. So Iran's making billions of dollars off of that, so with those sanctions being lifted. And also by lifting the blockade, they now have $400 million a day of commerce going in and out of Iran that wasn't happening for a couple months. And that was done and required absolutely no actions whatsoever on Iran's part. It was just us saying to them, we're going to let you do this. And you don't need to do nothing. You don't need to say nothing. Here you go. So there's also a discussion about a $300 billion reparations fund, is what Iran's calling it. What it would do would be kind of like the Marshall Plan was after World War II, when the United States spent a lot of money to rebuild